Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting from the United Kingdom. I want you all to sit back and relax and let's look into the looking glass for the next few years ahead. Well, apologies that I haven't been on for a little while, guys. I've been extremely busy. So now is the night. Okay, we're going to delve deep into this looking glass. I'm just waiting for my crystal ball to fog over and see what's in store globally around the world. Now, as you know, there's been crazy stuff happening, and we've had the recent hoo-ha, what's been happening with Donald Trump and AJ Carroll. And I did say a little while ago it would be a woman who would shame him or try to take him down. And that's just recently happened. Now, I just feel that, how can I put this? Everything that's taking place right now across world news, I just see it as if, like, how can I say it? Like a movie? Like we are experiencing all this crazy stuff. Everything's been brought out of the woodwork. But what I want to say to you is this situation, what happened with CNN, okay? It just looked very, very staged. I want you to comment on the link below what you think, guys. It was like a scene from, like, Jerry Springer. It just didn't, I felt very, very strongly that it was staged. I felt that CNN wanted this secretly. And I predict, as I look into this crystal ball here, that it's possible that they could use this into the future for evidence against him. I just think it's like they're concocting stuff up all the time. And I said this, I've been saying this for months, it's going to go on and on and on. So, yeah, I just feel it's just one scandal after another. And I also said that there would be big news to do with a guy which fits the description of George Santos. I felt there was going to be arrests around somebody like him. And as you know, that's just recently happened. But what I want to say is that the world is changing. We are spiritually evolving. And everything what's taking place right now is sort of 3D, guys. So there's more scandals to come. And I feel it's as if that, I said this in my last World Predictions when I did my live show, that possibly watch out for something to do with spies to come out next. Okay, and this is to do with the USA. But it could also open an old case from the past, so you need to watch for that. So as we are all spiritually evolving, remember, like everything, the veil is thin now, and we're seeing things for what they really are. And recently there's been that big case to do with them poor children. And I just want to say, it's that, what's that woman called? That lorry woman. I want to say that I would say it goes beyond cult, right? When a mother turns against her children, I would say that that's sick, okay? And I would say that there's something really mentally wrong, okay? But that's what cults do. They sort of get into people's heads and they do this. But I feel very, very strongly that you're going to hear a lot more of stuff like this to come out. But I want to send healing and blessings out to the grandparents which have been left with this torture, and to Laurie's eldest son, who was very courageous in court. And I also want to send healing and blessings out to the jury. And as you know, she's just recently been found guilty. But the rest has to happen. I feel there's 3 more possibly trials to come. And one of them is definitely to do with that, with a guy who she was with, her husband. So that's going to be, I would predict that he's going to be found guilty as well. Okay? So what I feel very strongly is that this is going to drag on for a little while. Maybe it's a few weeks to a month or so. But I definitely feel that they're both going to be trialed and sent to prison. That is for sure. Obviously, Laurie's just been found guilty, but there's more to come out. Okay? So if you're quite squeamish or you're very sensitive at the minute, I would say don't watch stuff like that, you know. But there's definitely more stuff like this to come out. But this is the swamp draining, guys. This is like all the evil coming out. It's and I think you're going to be very surprised of how much of this is out there. Okay, and it's a sickness which is, I would say it's definitely to do with, I would say people who have, they're in a different reality, okay? And I just think there's definitely more to be revealed there, so watch for this. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting some big news coming in, and it's round about the 26th of May, and I want you to remember that. Now, I'm not sure if it's to do with another shock to do with this case, or it's something completely different. But like I said, the veil is thin at the moment, and we need to watch for lots of shocking crimes to come out, okay? And as I say that, I feel it's as if that I see cyber scams on the rise. So we also need to stay vigilant. Remember, there's a lot of changes happening this year. And the old system is falling. I've been saying this for a long, long time. And the new system is building. But as the new system comes into play, okay, I predict, and I've been saying this for a while, it's all going to be about AI. And as you know, there's a lot of controversy on this. But at the end of the day, you can't change what's coming in, okay? And I believe you've got the good guys and the bad guys, which is trying to fight against this. So into the future, you're not going to change the technology. You're just going to change who's ruling, okay? Who's behind the scenes, how it's all being held back from where it's all going to start to come forth, okay? Right, as you know, we've recently had the coronation, and I want to say that my understanding is that Charles isn't going to be on the throne for long. But what I want to say also is that there's still big news to come out with Harry. Okay. And I've looked into depth with this. I've looked into this on Twitch. And I want to say that Harry and Meghan, there's going to be some huge news to come out soon. Okay. And I feel it's as if that things aren't so good there in the marital front there, so watch for that. And I feel he's got a lot of guilt, right? I feel there's been a lot of things said behind the scenes there, but as I look at Harry's charts here, I just feel that there's more big news to come out with him. If not by the end of the May into June, I want to say that there's a lot more to be said, and possibly watch for more podcasts coming with him or interviews. So watch for that coming out on news soon. I also predict that it's going to be, I'm not sure if it's a second book or another book coming out against that. So I'm not saying William's going to write a book or anything like that, but there's another book to come out. And it's going to sort of, in a strange way, I want you to remember this, guys. It's going to discredit, or it's going to go against the first book. It's really weird. So it could be Harry coming out with more stuff, which is, a lot of people are going to be talking about this. Well, why did you say that in the first book if you're saying this in the second book? So possibly watch for that. If not, it's another royal who's coming out with a book. Okay. So let's see what's coming in now for the year ahead. Right. So as everything hypes up around the world, we've had the recent Memorial Day in Russia, and I don't know if anybody's seen Putin's speech, but it was pretty crazy, guys. And I would say that there's more strikes that he's planning, okay? But like I say, what's been said on news and what's going on behind the scenes is two totally different things. And I've said this for a while, I can see him with paperwork in his hand, and it's stuff that he claims is his. And this is old paperwork that goes way, way back, right, to World War II or even before then, okay? And it's like he's on a mission and he's not going to stop here. But I do feel it's as if, and I did say this a little while ago, that he's going to try another strike. Could be on Ukraine or the borders, okay? Then he's going to try a third attempt, and that's going to be his downfall. And I felt it's as if that he had this strategy plan, but it's not over with yet. So watch for an event around shoreline or near a bay, near Black Sea. So watch for that. Now, as I look into this crystal ball here, I see that there's big news coming in from China. Okay, and I've been seeing this for a while now. I can see Kim Jong-un. There's also going to be some shocking news to do with him. And I don't know if it's to do with him chucking some more rockets off or problems there. But I want to give you 2 to 3 weeks. I feel it's as if that there's whatever is announced to do with China in the USA. I feel it's as if there's going to be a different direction turn on this. And it's got also something to do, I see problems going on around the wall, which is, I'm feeling when I say the wall, it's the wall what Trump put up. But I feel that there's going to be a lot of problems. So I want you to stay vigilant around that area because there could be some problems. And I have talked about in previous predictions about where there could be problems with immigrants. So you need to watch for that. Okay. But I'm also feeling that there's going to be news flashes to do with that. But I'm also getting something big to do with Mike Pence. So you also need to watch for that. I'm also very drawn to the, as I look into this crystal ball, I'm very drawn to the Middle East. And I'm getting the letter S, and I don't know why. I don't know if that's to do with a person's name, or it's to do, I would say, to do with a country or a town. So watch for big news to do with the letter S. And I'm also getting J, okay, and M. Okay, so it's as if that there's something brewing there to do with the Middle East as well. So I'm going up to this man. He's got grey hair. And he's writing something. He's writing something down on a piece of paper. And it's codes. It's, official codes. This is really strange. They look like military codes. And then there's a man coming through from a door. And he's taken the piece of paper off him and he's putting it into an envelope. It's a signing and it's a signature. It's a signature. He's signed something where it's got codes on it. And the man that's taken the envelope off him, it's been sealed. He's got gloves on. This man's got gloves on. He's got lots of different medals. It's an official man. This man, he's quite a stout gentleman. I don't know why I'm getting the name Millie. I don't know if it's connected. And I'm also getting NYPD. There's a link. Who's the man who signed it? It's really strange, this. I don't recognise this man. He's greyish to the hair. He's got quite a straightish nose. I don't know if it's somebody higher than Millie or somebody connected behind the scenes. Now I'm going into underground tunnels. I'm getting connections with the 3-letter agencies. Event, something about event 27th, 28th. And I'm being shown lots of tanks, military tanks. Something what's being planned, and it's got something to do with a large building. It looks like a large hotel or something that they're planning on doing, like a raid or a big raid. But I'm also feeling distractions around about that time, just before or just after. I'm being given White Buffalo, my spirit guide, and it's like he's blowing smoke over New York City, like a smudging stick. And he's saying that people will be protected. But there's something to come out, guys, with more documents or paperwork. Scandals, more documents, paperwork, scandals are definitely coming out here. And I'm being shown, they're showing us Trump Tower in Manhattan. And I'm getting Don Jr. and he looks very angry. He's making this announcement. What else can I say? There is something to happen. It's to do with 2 or 3 men, and it's a big scandal to come out. But when this comes out, it's going to overlook and expose the people who are trying to do this. At the same time, there's going to be airports, big news to do with airports. And I'm seeing Donald Trump, and I don't know why, but I don't know if they're aiming this around him to do with documents, paperwork, but there's something else to come out about it around him. But it's going to open an old case from the past. Remember everything I'm telling you, and it'll all fall into place. It's the year. It's the year of scandals to come out. And May is going to be very up and down. But June's going to be a hot one. June's going to be the hot one for a lot of things to be revealed. The CNN farce, what happened on news, had to be. They wanted that to happen. And it's part of the plan so they can gather more information. I looked at it and I just thought it was like acting in a way. But this is going to be his downfall because they're going to get him on stuff there. But more stuff is to come out just before then, or I feel it's just before, not after, to do with this scene that I'm seeing. Okay, what else am I saying? There is going to be problems to do with food is going to be a big one this year. And it's got something to do with the meat industry. I've been saying this for a while. There's going to be problems with trade. And as you know, they've been blaming this on what happened with the war in Ukraine with the grain. But there's more to it. I'm seeing an event around Egypt or problems near the Nile. And I feel like I want to send healing and blessings out to Iran, to Israel, to Egypt, Syria. I'm getting Syria as well. Watch for landslides to come. And this year is going to be the year of crazy weather. Lots of scandals to come. And as France erupts with all the protests, I would say that Macron is going to take world stage. And then I say voting. Remember everything I'm telling you, and it'll all fall into place. I'm also seeing, as I look on into this crystal ball, I'm seeing protests across Canada again, in the UK. The UK is on the tipping edge. It's like going through a massive sweep. And I've said this for a long time. It's going to take a long time, guys, for everything to clean up. But I do feel that, and I predict, Charles won't be on the throne for long. And I want to say that There's different timelines that I'm seeing in this crystal ball tonight. It's really weird. But what's coming out is as if I want to put protection around Harry and Meghan. And it's got something to do with them travelling somewhere or going somewhere. And I don't know if it's going to be big news, what's going to come out around about that time, or more scandals, but I'm seeing them all across world news. Could be something to do with the problem he's had with his visa, his passport. I really don't know, but just watch for this to come out. This is a strange vision, guys, I'm seeing. I'm seeing a castle, okay, and it's in the UK, and I see celebrations. I'm seeing celebrations, and I'm seeing like it's all dressed up. It's like some big event, and it's around about the time there's going to be news flashes all over the place. So I don't know if this has got something to do with a royal connection or a different connection. It looks like a big building or a castle, but they're showing us smoke, but I don't know if that's literal, or maybe I want to say there's no smoke without fire. Okay, we're going to have a scorcher of a heat wave this summer, guys. And I said this in my last world prediction, that we'll have to, prep, get our fans in if we don't have aircon, that type of thing. And there could even be shortages of water this year. There could. But when people have asked us about the 15-minute cities, I don't feel they're going to take off everywhere. I really, really don't. They're going to try and push them. But that was like one of their plans, but there's more to come. There's more to come on other things. Okay, what else am I saying? Watch for big news coming in with the Vatican. And I also said there's going to be a rise of BRICS. And I said that, watch Africa. Watch Africa, like they're steeped with a lot of scandals to come out there with corruption. And recently there's been the recent suspicious leak. That is Africa being feeding Russia with weaponry or helping them. And I believe it's a yes. I believe that there's more stuff to come out there. But also to do with investigations to be leaked with that. And also to do with another country. Okay, so you need to watch for that too. I'm going to give you some numbers here. I'm getting 6, but that could be June. I did say a little while ago that there would be a televised court situation. And as you know, that happened with the Jean Carroll situation. It's civil court, but it was still televised with Trump. I just look at this and I just think there's many different timelines, but it doesn't look good for Trump at the moment, guys. I'm being perfectly honest with you. And I just feel that the Republican Party is going to change a lot. Okay? But there's more scandals to come. There's definitely more stuff to come out. It's like they've got we'll try this and we'll try this and we'll try that. Okay? But I do feel that it's not going to do him well for what's to come, and it could be to do with the next election. But there is a big twist on this. Okay? I still feel that there's something to come out from the right towards the left. I'm also feeling that we could experience some crazy weather this year, okay? And I want to send protection out to the east coastline of the USA. I don't know when the hurricane season normally starts, but is it normally about September, October? But we could have some crazy weather at different parts of the year, like maybe it's June, July. We're going to have some scorching heat waves. Lots of floods I see into the autumn, into the winter, into the UK. Oh, I've just seen something very strange there about the NHS as well. I seen that the other night when I did some will predictions. I'm seeing it again. And I predict that the NHS will go into a 3-tiered system. So it could be part privatised. It'll still carry on, but I just feel that there's going to be a lot of protests to come. I'm seeing strikes. It's like the rise of the strikes, and I see protests, and I see it across the UK. I've seen this for a while now, where there's going to be a lot of marching, and it's raining. Mind you, it's always raining in the UK, so watch for that. Okay. I'm also, as I look at Canada, guys, I want to say that there is something to come in where it could restrict Canadian public. And then I'm seeing a lot of protests again. So we're not out of the woods yet. I feel we could even face another, like a virus. Are they going to, talk about this again? They're going to pump this across the news. So it's something that I want to say is I'm looking through this crystal ball, I see different timelines. So one of these timelines is that they've got this in a timeline, but it's also that there could be a timeline to do with restriction where we could be restricted or with lack of food, or we could have problems with food. So you need to watch for this, and it's something to do with trade, okay? But the other timeline is that we could be restricted and that they're pumping this across world screen, and it's something by the end of the year. So I don't know if it's to do with the same virus that we had the last time or it's a different virus. It looks like a different shape unless it's something morphed different, okay? Or it could be a different virus, so watch for this. But round about that time is, I feel Canada, the Canadian people are restricted, and there's March and it looks cold and it looks like into the autumn, into the winter months, there's going to be a lot of rain, torrential rain across the USA as well as UK, parts of Europe, and I'm also seeing Canada. Around about that time, there's going to be big announcements with Trudeau. Remember what I'm telling you, and it will all fall into place. This is very strange. Whatever takes place between China and the USA could also affect Russia, right? It's as if it's something coming in, or unless I'm seeing two events going off at the same time. But there's going to be a lot of controversy, and I'm seeing it's something about Germany, and I'm seeing lots of German troops. Okay, even though I'm saying this, it will be all right. But also watch for big news to do with around, definitely to do with governments to do with Germany. And there could be something to come out there also to do with Belarus, round about the same time to do with the Prime Minister over that way. Okay, so you need to watch for that. I'm going back to that event that I seen to do with around New York City, and it's like lots of a big building. Now, if it's not New York City, it's an inbuilt area like that. It could be London, but I don't feel so, or Paris. I'm going to go back to New York. I feel it's as if that is a situation over that way. If it's not New York, Manhattan, there's a lot going on this year, and I want to see within the next 2. So I don't know if that's 2 weeks, 2 months, but it's to do with a large building, and it's like a planned event, and I'm seeing something to do with smoke, okay? So I want to send healing and blessings out to around that area. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting the numbers 5 and 12. Is there anything else I want to say? Okay. I just want to send healing and blessings out to everybody. And you need to understand we are living in very biblical times, very trying times. But it's about us raising the vibration. So even though I'm seeing all of these visions, remember there's different timelines of different events that I see because I'm a remote viewer. But what I want to say is that there's going to be a switch over, something to do with banks or currency, and we're definitely going digital. Okay, this is their plan. This is what they want. Okay, but you need to understand what's above the controllers. I definitely feel it's as if like there's a fight going on there between the good guys and the bad guys. And what I eventually feel is digital will still carry on. We're going to go very AI world, but it's going to be more about, they're not going to win in the end. It's going to take time. Remember, this world is a huge world with lots of different countries in, and it's going to take time for the cleanup and time for things to settle down. But I know that 2025, I know I'm looking a little bit further on here, 2025 is going to be a huge news for a lot of breakthroughs with humanity. 2024 is going to be a shocking time for humanity. And then I'm also predicting that the US next election in 2024 is going to be a big one, and I actually feel it's going to be very controversial. And I'm being given, history is going to repeat itself. Remember that? History is going to repeat itself with a big twist at the end. A big twist at the end. Okay? I am being given a blue rose. Now, that doesn't mean it's a blue rose for Democrats. It could be just a blue rose. But whoever wears a blue rose is going to rise. I want you to remember that. Whoever wears a blue rose, they're going to rise. Remember, I do prophecies as well. Okay, what else do I say? So yeah, I just think it's about all these people being puppeteered. And as I say that, I want to say that everything that has taken place over the last couple of weeks, it's sort of been ritualistic, okay? And we need to know that there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, not just what we see in front of us. And I want to say that whatever is going on to do with around King Charles, the royal family, I want to say that there is a case of playing the horse between the hounds. Remember this, to keep your enemies closer. But I do know that, how can I say this? He's there for a reason, but for a very short time, okay? But whatever we see, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes, all right? And I want to say that it's the war of the witches and the warlocks. It's the war of the witches and the warlocks. But the lion will roar and the eagle will fly again. So, and when the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. The UK has the golden key. Right? Whatever takes place in the USA is going to disclose something to do with a man in the UK. And whatever this man, the information this man has the golden key to spin the clock around, to take her back in time. Okay? To change a big major event that will go down in history. And I'm going to leave that one with you. So you take care, okay? Wherever you all are around the world, stay safe and stay strong and keep faith. This is your Psychic LJ, reporting for the United Kingdom. Remember, when the lion roars, we will have the truth. Take care now, guys. Goodbye. Let's get that kettle on. Time for a cuppa.
Where am I? I think I'm stuck on end screen. Guys, I need to stop doing this astral travelling. I keep getting stuck in the cloud. But anyway, I'm stuck on my end screen. So don't forget, subscribe to my channel and press the bell for new updates. Us fairies, you know, we're always getting up to mischief. See you all soon. Bye now.